Hello friends, my name is Raju. I am working as a lecturer in ECE Government Polytechnic for Women, Warangal. In this lecture, we are discussing about different terms in op amps, virtual ground concept, inverting amplifier, non-inverting amplifier, inverter, buffer, and summer circuits. Inverter, non-inverting, buffer, summer, these are some of the applications of the operational amplifier. So we know op amp is a analog circuit. Op amp is an analog circuit. Operational op amp means operational amplifier. The IC number is IC741. The IC number is IC741. In this lecture, we are discussing many terms. So already we know about the ideal characteristics of the operational amplifier. That is, input impedance is infinite, output impedance is 0. It's have infinity CMRR and infinity gain. So these are the some of the ideal characteristics of the operational amplifier. So here we know some of the terms used in differential amplifier. Input impedance. First one is input impedance. What is impedance? Impedance means it is a resistance. It's a combination of resistance plus reactance. It is a combination of resistance plus reactance C from the input terminals. From the input terminals, we calculate the input impedance of the circuit. Here, what is input impedance? Input impedance, Zin, is the equivalent impedance that can be measured at either the inverting or non-inverting input terminal with the other terminal connected to the ground. So here our op amp has the inverting terminal, non-inverting. It's have the two terminals, inverting terminal, non-inverting terminal. If you short circuit, if you grounded any terminal, either inverting terminal or non-inverting terminal, then measure the input impedance. So then we get the input impedance of the operational op amp circuit. Here input impedance ideally infinite value, that is open circuited, but practically IC741 has the input impedance about 2 mega ohms. If input impedance more, it takes the less current and the power is saved. If the input impedance more, the power consumption is less. If input impedance less, the power consumption is more. So ideally the input impedance is infinite. Practically it have some value, that is 2 mega ohms. Next term, open loop gain. There is a open loop gain and closed loop gain. In closed loop gain, output is connected to the input. In open loop gain, there is no connection between output terminal and input terminal. What is open loop gain? So here open loop gain is, it is the voltage gain of the op amp when no feedback is applied. When no feedback is applied, then we measure the open loop gain. It is defined as the ratio of the output signal voltage to the differential mode signal voltage. Here gain means output to the input. Gain means output by the input. This is voltage R, voltage gain R, current gain, power gain, any gain. Output to the input is called gain. Gain have the no units. Gain have no units. Here it is defined as a ratio of the output signal voltage to the differential mode signal voltage. Open loop gain AOL equal to output voltage V0 by differential voltage VID. Here differential voltage means inverting minus inverting and non-inverting terminal difference voltage is called here differential voltage. So the gain is V0 by VID. Ideally the gain is infinite. But practically it has several thousands. Practically it has several thousands. Next term is slew rate. What is mean by slew rate? The maximum rate of change of output voltage with time is known as slew rate. The maximum rate of change of output voltage with time is known as slew rate. So by definition it is the output voltage by time. Output voltage by change in time. So how much voltage change in the less time? The output voltage change in less time, then it's have the good slew rate. Slew rate equal to dV0 by dt. dV0 by dt. Change in voltage by change in time. Change in voltage is more in less time, less change in voltage, then this have the more slew rate. So slew rate gives how the output change, how fast the output change with the input time varying. So good slew rate means good op-amp. Ideally it's have the infinite value. It is measured of how fast an output can change. The slew rate is specified in voltage by microsecond. The slew rate is measured in voltage by microsecond. dV0 means voltage, dt means time. So V by microseconds. Here we show the one example. If the voltage rises from -6 to +6, the output voltage rises. First there are -6 volts, then it goes to +6 volts. In how many seconds? 25 microseconds. Here they give change in voltage and change in time, that is 24 microseconds. Then the slew rate is S is equal to 6 minus 6, that means change in voltage 6 minus 6 divided by 24, that equal to 12 by 24. This is 0.5 volt per microsecond. The slew rate of the op-amp here is 0.5 volt per microsecond. The typical value of the slew rate for IC741 op-amp is 0.5 volt per microsecond. Higher the value of slew rate, better is the performance of the op-amp. If the slew rate is more, the operational amplifier is better amplifier. If slew rate is less, the operational amplifier is not as good as. So this is the definition and one of the example shown in the slide. Next, very important term, CMRR. CMRR means common mode rejection ratio. What is mean by CMRR? The ability of a differential amplifier to reject a common mode signal is called common mode rejection ratio denoted as CMRR, denoted as CMRR. It is the ability of differential amplifier to reject a common mode signal. It's the ability of the differential amplifier to reject a common mode signal and accept the differential mode signal. Accept the differential mode signal, reject the common mode signal. Here common mode signal present same signal present at inverting and non-inverting terminal of the amplifier. Mathematically, it is defined as the ratio of differential voltage gain AD to the common mode voltage gain. So CMRR is equal to differential mode gain by common mode gain. Differential mode gain by common mode gain. So if common mode gain is 0, then CMRR is equal to infinite. If common mode gain is less, CMRR is more. Then the amplifier is good amplifier or better amplifier. Ideally, common mode gain is 0. Ideally, common mode gain is 0. Hence, the ideal value of CMRR is infinite. For a practical differential amplifier, AD is large and AC is small. Hence, the value of CMRR is very large. So, ideally CMRR is equal to infinity. Many times CMRR also expressed in dB. CMRR in dB equal to 20 log base 10 AD by AC, the magnitude of AD by AC. This is also defined as 20 log base 10 AD minus 20 log base 10 AC. This is the CMRR. CMRR means common mode rejection ratio. Ideally CMRR equal to infinity, but practically it's have the more value. CMR means it rejects the common mode signal and accept the differential mode signal. This is the basic definition of the CMRR. Next, input offset voltage. Input offset voltage. The DC voltage which makes the output voltage 0. The DC voltage which makes the output voltage 0 when the other terminal is grounded is called input offset voltage. It is denoted by VIOs. So simply, if we don't apply any signal, we have not apply any signal, then some voltage is present at the output. If you want to the output is 0, if you want to the output voltage is 0, output voltage makes 0, then we apply some DC voltage at the input. This DC input is called offset voltage. The offset voltage is defined as it applied to the input to change the output is equal to 0, to make the output equal to 0. That is called input offset voltage. Whenever both the input terminals of the op amp are grounded, ideally the output voltage should be 0. However, practical op amp it's have some non-zero output voltage for 0 input because imbalance of the circuit. So that's why we must make the output equal 0 when we are not apply any input voltage. The voltage is called input offset voltage. Next we are discussing about virtual ground concept. What is meant by virtual ground? Virtual ground means it is not practically exist but virtually exist. It is imaginary ground, virtually exist. So in op amps the concept of virtual ground is very important because most of the problems, most of the analysis in the operational amplifier depends on virtual ground concept only. The concept of virtual ground is very much useful in analysis of closed loop op amp circuits. If you take output signal to the input signal, that is closed loop, then virtual ground concept is very useful at that place. Here for ideal op amp we know voltage gain is infinite. For ideal op amp voltage gain is infinite. That means output voltage by input voltage is infinite. Output voltage by input voltage is infinite. Then Vi equal to V naught by AV. Vi equal to V naught by AV. Here AV equal to infinite, Vi tends to 0. Vi equal to AV equal to infinite, Vi tends to 0. This indicates that the input is effectively shorted, and hence it can be said that there exists a virtual ground. There exists a virtual ground or virtual short. Here Vi equals 0, that means Vi equals 0, the differential input is 0, that means two are same potential, two terminals are same potential, that is 0 potential. The term virtual ground means any point in a circuit that has 0 voltage and draw no current, that has 0 voltage that has no current. The meaning of the ordinary ground is that it has 0 voltage and can sink infinite current. If you take an ordinary ground, it has the potential 0, it has the voltage 0, but it takes the current. If you give any amount of current, it accepts it and it consumes it, and it flow to the current is flows into the ground. But in virtual ground concept, virtual ground has 0 potential. 0 potential means it has 0 voltage, but it is not drawn any current, it is not take any current. The current taken by virtual ground is 0. The current taken by virtual ground is 0. This is the main difference between ordinary ground and virtual ground. Ordinary ground and virtual ground. Here in the figure, the thick line shows virtual ground concept. Here inverting and non-inverting have the inverting and non-inverting terminals have the same potential. If one terminal is grounded, other terminal also grounded. Virtually. Next, we are discussing about some of the applications of the operational amplifier. The first application is inverting amplifier. So first of all, what is mean by amplifier? Amplifier is a circuit which strengthens the input signal. The inverting amplifier amplifies the current or amplifies the voltage or power. It strengthens the input signal. So here inverting amplifier. What is mean by inverting amplifier? Here we apply the voltage at a inverting terminal. Here we apply the voltage at a inverting terminal. That's why it is called inverting amplifier. Inverting amplifier, and the output is here inverted. The output is inverted to the input. If you apply the positive cycle signal, it converted to negative cycle in the output. That is 180 degrees phase shift. 180 degrees phase shift. If you apply the positive cycle, we get negative cycle. If you apply the negative cycle at the input, we get the positive cycle at the output. Every time it inverted, we get the inverted output of the input signal. That's why it's called inverting amplifier. Inverting amplifier. The figure shows the inverting amplifier. Here we take the op amp. It's have the inverting terminal, non-inverting terminal. Here non-inverting terminal is plus terminal is grounded. Plus terminal is grounded. That is virtual. That is practically grounded. Next, here is R1 input resistance to the op amp. Next, here is RF. This is a feedback resistor. RF is feedback resistor. Then here output is V0. Output is V0. Input is Vin. Vin is sinusoidal signal. Next, current is I1. Current is I1. Then here we know the input to the input current to the amplifier. Here the op amp takes no current, so that's why the input In here is 0. Op amp does not take any current, so the input current to the op amp is 0. The input current to the op amp is 0. That is In equal to 0 here. Next, first of we apply the Kirchhoff current law. Kirchhoff current law at the node A. Kirchhoff current law at node A. What is Kirchhoff current law? Algebraic sum of the currents at node is 0. Algebraic currents at node is 0. That is entering currents is equal to leaving currents. So here applying the Kirchhoff current law at node A. Here input current is I1. Output currents are In plus If. So I1 equal to In plus If. In plus If. We know the op amp doesn't take any current, so In equal to 0. Its input current is 0. For the op amp, it does not take any current. That's why In equal to 0. That is I1 equal to In plus If. I1 plus In plus If. Here I equal 0. I1 equal to If. I1 equal. Here what is I1? According to Ohm's law, potential difference by resistance. I1 equal to V in minus VA by R1. V in minus VA by R1. But due to virtual ground concept, here B and A terminals, B and A and B have the same potential. That means B have grounded 0 potential, then A also have ground potential. That is A and B has same potential, that means 0 potential. I1 equal to V in minus VA by R1. That equal V in by R1. V in by R1. Here VA equal VB equal to 0. IF equal to VA minus V naught by RF. IF equal to VA minus V naught by RF. Again here VA equal VB equal 0, that means minus V naught by RF. So here entering current equal leaving current, that means I1 equal to IF. Equating these two terms, V in minus V in by R1 equal to minus V naught by RF. V in by R1 equal to minus V naught by RF. Then closed loop voltage gain equal to V naught by V in. V naught by V in equal to minus RF by R1. Here this is the voltage gain of the inverting amplifier. Here minus indicates the inverting of the input. Minus indicates if we apply the positive equal, output is, we get the negative off cycle, that represents the minus sign here. So this is the voltage gain of the inverting amplifier. ACL equal to minus RF by R1. So here RF by R1 is the gain of the amplifier, while negative sign indicates that the polarity of output is opposite to that input. Polarity of the output is opposite to the input. Hence is called inverting amplifier. Inverting amplifier. Next we are discussing about non-inverting amplifier. Non-inverting amplifier. Non-inverting amplifier. So here non-inverting amplifier means we apply the input signal at non-inverting terminal, that is positive terminal V in, and we get the output at V naught, output signal V naught. Here output signal V naught not inverted, that means if you apply the positive half cycle at input, we get the positive half cycle at the output. You get the negative half cycle at input, you get the negative half cycle at the output. That is no polarity change at the output. That's why it is called non-inverting amplifier. Non-inverting amplifier. So similarly, in inverting amplifier, we apply the KCL, Kirchhoff current law. That is, we apply the Kirchhoff current law at node A. According to virtual ground concept, here VA equal to VB. According to virtual ground concept, VA equal to VB, that is equal VN. VA equal to VB equal to VN. So here applying the KCL at node A, we get IF equal I1 plus IN. IF equal to I1 plus IN. IF equal to I1. IF equal to I1 because here IN equal to 0. Op amp does not take any current because it have the high input impedance. So IN equal to 0 here. From the output side, we get IF equal to V naught minus VA by RF. V naught minus VA by RF. V naught minus, here VA equal to Vn. VA equal to VB equal to Vn. V naught minus Vn by RF. From input side, we get I1 equal to VA minus 0 by R1. VA minus 0 by R1, that equal Vn by R1. Vn by 1. We are to IF and I1. According to Kirchhoff voltage law, IF equal to I1. IF equal to I1. So we equate these both terms. V naught minus Vn by RF equal to Vn by R1. V naught minus V in by Rf equal to V in by R1. Here V in equal to V naught by Rf minus V in by Rf equal to V in by R1. V naught by Rf equal to V in into 1 plus 1 V in into 1 by R1 plus 1 plus Rf. If we common the V in is common in both terms, that is equal 1 by R1 plus 1 by Rf. Then closed loop gain ACL is equal V naught by V in equal to 1 plus Rf by R1. 1 plus Rf by R1. The voltage gain of the inverting amplifier is, non-inverting amplifier is 1 plus Rf by R1. Here 1 plus Rf by R1 is the gain of the amplifier. 1 plus Rf by R1 is gain of the amplifier. Here the positive sign indicates there is no phase shift between the input and output. So the conclusion is, for inverting amplifier, the gain is minus Rf by R1. The phase is shifted. Then, but in non-inverting amplifier, the gain is 1 plus Rf by R1. The phase is not shifted. The phase is not shifted. So here we remember the gain of the inverting amplifier is minus Rf by R1. The gain of the non-inverting amplifier is 1 plus Rf by R1. Here Rf is feedback resistor and R1 is input resistance. Next, another application of the our op amp is inverter. One of the application is inverter. What is mean by inverter? Inverter means simply phase shift the input signal. If you apply the positive cycle, you get the negative half cycle. If you apply the negative half cycle, you get the positive half cycle. In inverting amplifier, if Rf equal to R1, so feedback resistance is equal to input resistance. Rf is equal to R1 equal to R. Then closed loop gain is minus 1. Then the circuit is called inverter or sign changer. That means if you apply the positive sign, you get the negative sign. You have the minus signal, you get the positive signal. The voltage gain of the inverting amplifier is ACL equal to V naught by Vn. That is equal to, the formula is minus Rf by R1 here. Inverting amplifier gain is minus Rf by R1. Here we Rf is equal to R1 equal to R, then minus R by R, that is equal to minus 1. So closed loop gain ACL equal to V naught by Vn equal to minus 1. That means your output voltage V naught equal to minus Vn. V naught equal to minus Vn. That is, the output is the 180 degrees out of phase with respect to the input. Through the first magnitude is same. Here the phase is shifted, but magnitude is same as the input signal. Then the circuit is called inverter. Here invert the input signal. The circuit is invert the input signal. The plus signal converted to minus signal converted to plus signal. That is 180 degrees phase shift. Next application is the op amp. Next application is buffer. What mean by buffer? A buffer is a circuit which gives the same output signal to the input signal. It's give the same output. What we applied at input side, it give the same output signal at the output side. So there is no change in the magnitude and phase. Phase is same and magnitude also same. So there is no change in magnitude and phase. Then the circuit is called buffer. Another name is voltage follower. Buffer, another name is voltage follower. That means the output voltage follow the input voltage. The output voltage follow the input voltage, but it provides some time delay. How would we design the buffer circuit? The buffer amplifier is also called voltage follower or unity gain amplifier. It provides unity gain. The configuration is non-inverting amplifier. Then the feedback resistor is 0 and there is no input resistance. Then it converted to a buffer. It is a special case of non-inverting amplifier. R1 equal to infinity ohms and RF is equal to 0 ohms. Here R1 is infinity, RF is 0. Then it converts to a buffer. A circuit in which the output voltage follows the input voltage is called voltage follower circuit. The voltage follower circuit using op amp is, in the slide the diagram is shown. So in this circuit, here A and B are two nodes. Due to the virtual ground concept, here A and B have the same potential. So here VA equal to VB. Across VB, the voltage VB equal to Vin. So here VB equal to Vn, VA equal to V0. So V0 equal to Vn. Since the output voltage V0 is equal to the input voltage Vn, if Vn is increases, V0 also increases. If Vn decreases, V0 also decreases. Here V0 equal to Vn, so V0 increases, Vn increases, V0 increases, Vn decreases, V0 decreases. So here output follows the input. Output voltage follows the input voltage. That is why it's called voltage follower circuit. Or it's simply called buffer circuit. So this is the buffer circuit. So in this lecture we discuss about different terms like voltage gain, input impedance, output impedance, CMRR, slew rate, These are different terms we discussed. And also we discuss about inverting amplifier gain calculation. That is equal, what is the gain of the inverting amplifier? Minus RF by R1. Next we are discussing on non-inverting amplifier. What is the voltage gain of non-inverting amplifier? 1 plus RF by R1. Next we are discussing about inverter. What is inverter? It simply phase shift the input signal. If we give the positive signal, we get the negative signal. If we give negative signal, we get positive signal. and also we discuss about buffer. What is mean buffer? Simply it gives output signal when we give the input. Output signal equal to input signal. The magnitude is in magnitude there is no change, and phase also there is no change. Simply you get the same signal at the output. So this is the basic applications of the op amp. These are the basic application of the op amp circuit. Thank you very much.